Hey everyone, today we will discuss about this question. I thought of putting a SE type 2 today, but something came in between. So and this one is related to your previous question as well. Okay, yesterday we used a similar question, so that I can complete this one off. Okay, and then I can move to the SE type 2. So tomorrow we'll just see the type 2 implementation. Okay, so today we'll just solve this question quickly. So because like that's is kind of confusing one here. Okay, so as you can see here, it may look simple. Okay, see 100 to 500 3000, and then you have the same exact field. Okay, first two columns be same exact value, but on the third column, yesterday we have seen about the scan and reformat methods. Okay, by using scan you can pull off the previous value, by reformat you can use the global variable, you can pull out. Okay, so if you missed the video, just watch the, just ping the link above, you can go and watch that. So here you have to take the next salary value. Okay, so consider salary. Okay, next number of salary. So 500 will be going here, 1000 will be going to second record, and then if we don't have any records in the fourth row, so you should print null. So how do you do that? Okay, so that's the that's the question ask here. Okay, so we'll just find out how to do this, and then if you're new to the channel, you can like you can watch the entire playlist available. Okay, so you can otherwise you can segregate with the compound as well. So we'll just start with this session today. Okay, so the expectation is like some confusing questions may arise. Okay, so that will take your time actually. Okay, so do one see you have to do one thing. Okay, if you don't think you can sort it out, you can politely ask for other use cases. Okay, that's my my suggestion for you. Okay, so for another use case, if you think if you can't be able to crack this, or if you're wondering how to crack this within or 1 or 2 minutes, okay, so take your time, maybe 1 minute or okay or 2 minutes. Okay, you can take your time, don't take it, okay, don't take it too long. Okay, because some recruiters, they some are some are really patient, or some don't spend much time. Okay, so some people will be rude actually. Okay, so don't take their time. Just if you don't able to figure out okay what are component to fit in and then how to code that, just ask them politely to go to another use case. Okay, and here, okay, so and if you're able to crack, you can just you can tell them. Okay, but the expectation is here, like how do you solve this confusing question? Okay, so it's a rare thing. Okay, but you will get this. Okay, more like okay, often you will get some rare question, confusing one and tricky one, like that. Okay, so concept checklist is that for this use case, okay, what we can do is that we can collect those numbers. Okay, in the second field we can collect those field, you know and then we can create one more field. Okay, one more column. Okay, so we can do this by by using a normalize. Okay, so you can collect this by roll up, and then you can print these values, values in by using normalize. Okay, in normalize you can use the index function. Okay, in index you can store, okay, whatever is stored value from your salary. Let's say salary, you can access it there. Okay, when you're accessing, you can access the index plus 1, so you can skip the 100. Okay, so we'll just see how to do that. The first component I would use is to collect the those second field. Okay, so roll up. Okay, so the concept would be just figure out which out of the basic component. Okay, so out of the basic component, okay, which component would fit in here. Okay, so roll up, then you have to understand the roll up functions. Okay, that means your aggregation. Okay, so roll up aggregate functions, and then if normalize, you have to understand your normalize methods. Okay, the index and everything. So you need to know how to play around the aggregate, and then how to play around index. So these two things, this will get changed in each question. Okay, you have to figure out, so okay, how to play around with these areas. Okay, so for that, I'll just recommend you practice. Okay, so practice daily, and then you'll understand how to play with this. Okay, we'll see for the roll. Okay, we'll go for the roll up code. So here normalize. Okay, so this is my ETL design. Okay, roll up, just assign the key as null, and then you get, you just accumulate all the values. Okay, so accumulate all the values here. Okay, so that will produce a vector, and then vector will be passed to the normalize. Okay, so normalize we can handle with the index. So that's our this is our motive. Okay, so we'll just code according to that. Out dot id. Okay, so both out dot sal. Okay, salary, let's keep it a salary. So here accumulation. Okay, in dot id. Okay, so accumulation, okay, in dot salary. Okay, so see, handle the DML properly. Okay, so make sure you handle the DML properly. Okay, so before, because if you give decimal or decimal, it won't work. You have to pass that to the vector format. Okay, the vector DML to pass, and then normalize should handle that. Okay, so now normalize, we'll check the normalize code. Okay, normalize in the length function. So in the length function, so we are going to capture. Okay, so we are going to capture your length of that salary. Okay, so already we have vector format. Okay, salary, so we'll be finding the length of that particular salary. Okay, so you have, if you accumulate those values, you will have three members. Okay, 100, 500,000. So you'll have the, okay, you will have this 3. Okay, so which is now vector number of 100, 500,000. Okay, it will have these element. So now normalize will run for 3 times, right? So index would be 0, 1, 2. Okay, so now I'm going to assign that ID, particular ID and salary for that index. Okay, so here this will this will give you index 0. Index 0 is nothing but your 1 2 3, right? So 1 2 3 will be stored in vector now. So index 0 will be first index first, so that will be 1. So after that we'll go for salary. So salary, the same thing. Okay, uh, just put it as in dot id. So in dot salary. Okay, so index, which is nothing but your 100. So now I'll print one extra column. Okay, so that would be, here I'll just write one if condition. Okay, so if index equal to length of, okay, in dot salary. Okay, just like 3. Okay, so if that is equal to your function. Okay, your 3, then what happens is that you will have that null. Okay, so you have length would be here -1. Okay, so let's take this one as, yeah. Okay, because if you take length of exactly, like, you will get 3. 3 minus 1, 2, because index will be 2, right? So let's say 2. Okay, so 0, 1, 2. So now in the else part you can put in dot salary index plus 1. Okay, so if you calculate, okay, if you calculate when your index runs for 0, okay, let's say 0 equal to your length of, okay, your equal, so that will be 2. Okay, so 0 is not equal to 2, so then it will print this one, which it will be giving 500. Okay, because your second element, okay, 0 plus 1, 1. So 1 in one location, okay, index 1, we have the salary 500. Okay, so if you run for index 1, you will have 1 plus 1, 2. Okay, that is nothing but your 1000. Okay, so it will change to 1000, and then if you run for index 2, it will print null. Okay, so this is what your business rules. Okay, your rules for this use case. Practice in your GD, and then properly handle the DMS. Okay, see, you can gather this as a string. You can use the strings and you can gather, you can you can pass it to the normals and you can play around. But the core concept, see, but understand the core concept. Okay, so understand the core concept, and then if you find any trouble, you can comment down. Okay, so that's what, like, okay, I'll just see you guys in tomorrow video. Okay, so we'll discuss about C type 2 there. So until then, tada, bye bye.